Senator Duckworth.
Thank you, Chairwoman. Well, I just want to start off by quickly summarizing. I think three main points have been made today very clearly by the panel. Number one, this decision to halt U.S. foreign assistance and the slapdash way that it's been executed puts our national security at risk. Number two, the people who are winning here are our adversaries. That's who's winning, whether that's a PRC or Russia stepping in to fill the leadership vacuum that Trump created, or Elon Musk and his cronies, who clearly got some kind of personal satisfaction out of all this destruction. Never mind that real people's lives and livelihoods are at stake. And number three, Americans are not only less secure as a result of these destructive actions, but our economic security is also put at risk. We've already talked a little bit about how U.S. farmers feed into the supply chain for this kind of emergency food assistance. So I want to move on to my question, which has to do with human trafficking. And Ambassador Dyer, from your experience addressing trafficking in persons, can you speak to how forced labor affects IUU fishing and farming practices, impacting how American farmers and fishermen can compete fairly on the world stage?
Thank you, Senator, for that question. And IUU fishing is a very big problem. We know that fishermen, especially on some of these long-distant vessels, are very vulnerable to forced labor. And what we know for sure is that when companies do not pay their fishermen and do not pay the processors who process those fish, it is not possible for American companies to compete. We can't compete when other people use forced labor. And I think that an excellent example we know is in Vietnam and in India with the shrimp industry. We have workers who are catching shrimp and processing shrimp not being paid appropriately. Frequently that is then falsely labeled as Gulf shrimp. And how can our shrimpers in Texas and Louisiana compete when other people don't pay their workers? And I think that's such an excellent example of how these programs to focus on worker rights in other countries absolutely improve American workers and American companies.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Senator Duckworth.